If you need level 40, unlimited, limited, clutch time, domination, triple threat, or anything else on your 2K account, grinded, contact Rose NBA on Twitter and let them know X sent you. Best shooting guards tier list. Let's get into it, man. So we got them all right here. Demons, baby demons, pretty damn solid, still decent, and hard pass tier, which is a pretty good. It's a pretty good list. I'm gonna be honest, I like it. So we're gonna go through quick format and just kind of have some fun, and I'm just gonna cruise through some of these guys. And we are including everybody. Remember, these are only primary positions, not secondary positions. So if they're a small forward shooting guard, they'll be on the small forwards list, and they're not ranked left to right. So let's get into it. Hard pass is going to be Otis Birdsong, Norman Powell, Michael Jordan, Kevin Martin, John Starks. Just some decent Ruby cards, and then Norman Powell being the Sapphire. None of them, in my opinion at least, are is super insane. They are solid enough, decent enough cards that you can use if you're playing limited, like Kevin Martin, great shooter. Other than that, nothing really too useful. But I will say John Starks is actually a really good 3-and-D guy, so he actually might not be too bad. I may have underranked him. Then we got the still decent tier with Sean Livingston, Jason Richardson, Josh Giddey, Jack Harlow, Evan Fournier, Brian Winters, Anthony Simon, Shaden Sharp, Ojai Baji, and Johnny Davis. So Sean Livingston actually may be better than I gave him credit for. Sean Livingston has a 60-shot 3. For some people, that's just like a way too low shot 3 to hit. But honestly, if you boost him up correctly, Sean Livingston can actually be a really good shooter, especially give him a shoe. And he's got really good finishing and pretty solid enough defense. And he's got playmaking. And he's a taller point guard, which, let's be honest, most people prefer. So I don't know. Again, maybe he could be higher. I'm gonna leave him down. Next, we got Jason Richardson. I do think Jason Richardson's a pretty good card, but they give him the normal dribble style and his normal jump shot timing, and I just don't think it's super crazy. Josh Giddey just has a super awkward jumper. He's a pretty good jack of all trades guy, except for defense, but that jumper's just really bad. Jack Harlow is basically just the worst version of Tyler Hero, and you can't even use him online anymore. So I almost didn't even rank him. Why did we do that, 2K? Doesn't make sense. We got Evan Fournier as well, and I just think Evan Fournier just doesn't really have like the best of dribbling moves or the quickest, off dribble. And his number's a little bit slow, so I didn't want to put him up super high. Brian Winters, pretty nice 3-and-D shooting guard. He's all right, kind of like Klay Thompson-esque. Anthony Simons, pretty good bucket getter. Obviously, he's playing the point guard position. And this Anthony Simons, in my opinion, is just fun to use because the dude can get to the basket and dunk on everybody. Shaden Sharp, Ojai Baji, and Johnny Davis, I kind of view all in the same light. They're kind of just slightly underwhelming shooting guards. Abaji is a 3-and-D guy, which kind of be nice, just a worse version of Danny Green. All around, they're all right. They're all right. They're not crazy, but they're okay. Then we got the pretty damn solid tier with Benedict Mathurin, Jordan Clarkson, Victor Oladipo, Latrell Sprewell, Jerry Sloan, Jalen Green, Gerald Green, JJ Redick, Desmond Bain, Danny Green, Corey McGetty, CJ McCollum, and you can't see him, but Bradley Beal over there in the corner. Benedict Mathurin, bucket getter. Guy's got a super smooth jumper. It's only quick timing. He's finishing great. He's got some solid playmaking. His defense is just kind of non-existent. Jordan Clarkson, pretty good guy. He'll play the PG for you, and he's got defense. He's pretty solid, and I think he's all right. Victor Oladipo is kind of a jack-of-all-trades kind of card. A little bit outdated just because he was like one of the first cards they dropped, but it's still pretty good. Latrell Sprewell, I'm not a massive fan of. I just think he's kind of just a little weird, but he is a slightly better version of Evan Fournier because he's got that MJ dribble style. Jerry Sloan, actually pretty solid for an amethyst. Really good all around, especially on the defensive end. Jalen Green is another bucket getter who I think you can just have some fun with. Same with Gerald Green. But Jalen does have the MJ dribble style, which is really nice. Gerald Green doesn't really have too much defense, but the guy is just a finisher. Just fun to get into the paint and just dunk with, and decent enough jumper. JJ Redick, another one of those bucket getters. You can kind of see a trend for this tier. Doesn't really have the greatest of defense, and his wingspan is actually shorter than he is tall, which is a little bit weird. I'm actually using him, but he has a super easy to time jumper, and his finishing is really, really nice. Desmond Bain, he can shoot. That's really why you're using him. Danny Green is a nice 3-and-D guy, but literally does nothing else. I do think he has the MJ dribble style, but he doesn't really have the greatest of dribbling moves, and he doesn't really have any playmaking badges, so I don't really know why you dribble with him. Catch it, shoot it, play defense. You're going to use Danny Green, right? Corey McGetty got the same curse as Jason Richardson, where he has the normal dribble style, but I do think he's better all around than Jason Richardson, so I put him up there. Honestly, there's an argument for putting him into Baby Demon, but I left him pretty damn solid. CJ McCollum is basically just a worse version of like Steph Curry and kind of like on par with like Lillard, but he got his jumper on quick, so he's actually kind of pretty nasty at shooting. I just don't think he's super insane. And then Bradley Beal, they did actually give him bronze clamps, so he's a decent enough defender, not insane, and can be pretty fun. Let me move him over just a little bit. You can see Bradley Beal. There we go. There we go. So then we got the Baby Demon, which has Mitch Richmond, Tyler Hero, Steve Smith, Lance Stevenson, Donovan Mitchell, Joe Johnson, Devin Booker, Jaylen Brown, James Harden, J.R. Smith, Eddie Jones, Drazen, and the wonderful DeMar DeRozan. There we go. Let me move him over. All right, so on this tier, Mitch Richmond actually got an Evo update. So let me actually pull him up so I can tell you guys exactly what they did to Mitch Richmond to make him just a little bit better. So obviously, he's still 6'5", still 6'8" wingspan. He still has his David Robinson jumper, which is really good in my opinion, and the trade dribble style, which is really solid. But now he has Hall of Fame Limitless, Deadeye, Catch and Shoot, Blinders, and Amped, Gold Agent 3s, now Gold Green Machine, Silver Clams, Bronze Pick Dodger, and Workhorse. He has better defense now, slightly better shooting, better speed. He's just an all-around better card, and now he's a Pink Diamond. You can also run him with the Chris Mullin boost, which will make his defense just a little bit better, especially on the consistency. And he does get, I think, Gold Unpluckable with that as well. So definitely a nice little duo. But Mitch Richmond actually pretty solid now. Tyler Hero, the one thing I don't love about him is his jumper takes a little bit to get into. So when he starts to get stamina, it's really hard to, I think, get consistent shots with him. But you can make up for that by taking some off dribbles, hop steps, things like that, where the speed doesn't really matter as much. And he's all around great, and they did boost up his defense, so he's awesome. Steve Smith is a collector level card, which are always pretty juiced. The dude's kind of just really good at everything. Lance Stevenson, Lance will make him dance, and that's exactly what he does. Uses Lance Stevenson if you want to just cook some people's ankles, get to the basket, dunk, and play some solid defense. And he can shoot. Obviously, his jumper's just, again, in my opinion, a little bit awkward. Donovan Mitchell, you need to add clamps onto this card to make him crazy, but he's an all-around, just really, really good PG. I'm just a fan. Joe Johnson is kind of just fun, man. ISO Joe. He's again pretty good at everything, but they only gave him bronze clamps, so he's not like an insane defender on that end, but is all around super good, and he's got some nice dribbling moves. Devin Booker is kind of just like, at least in my opinion, is kind of a cone. I don't think the Booker dribble style is all that great. I don't think his jumper is all that great, but he is juiced up when it comes to his just offensive end, and they could give him some defense. Jaylen Brown, really, really good. A nice, easy to time, but slow jumper. Insane defense, and Jaylen Brown is just kind of one of those guys who's always just really good as like a two-way finisher that can still kind of spread the floor a bit, and I just really like him. James Harden is just unorthodox. That's really all you got to use to say him. His Harden dribble style is not the best in the game by any means, but you still can get some really good buckets with him and still run your offense fine. It takes a different type of player to use him well, which is why I put him in Baby Demon, but he can be Demon when properly used. J.R. Smith, probably the cleanest jumper in my team. One of them, him and Rudy Gay, are kind of just up there in my opinion. It's so good. And he does have some defense like Bradley Beal. I just like his jumper a little bit better. Eddie Jones, nice 3-and-D guy. You can use that. And he's a really solid finisher as well. All around, Eddie Jones is actually one of the better takeover cards that we have. Drazen Petrovic is a 3-and-D demon. Already was a good three-point shooter. I think he gets Hall of Fame catch and limitless. But now has, I think, Hall of Fame clams as well. Dude's a demon. And then DeMar DeRozan, you know what he is. Mid-range assassin. He gets to the basket. He's finishing over everybody. He's got a super smooth jumper. And I think they actually gave him like a 70-something 3. So actually using him on the court with like a coach boost to shoot, stuff like that, can actually make DeMar DeRozan actually a really, really good card. And then we get the Demons tier, which has Ron Artest, Ricky Davis, Ray Allen, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Klay Thompson, Dwayne Wade, Clyde Drexler, and Allen Houston. So starting off with Ron Artest, the dude is like Markelle Fultz, just with better defense. Probably one of my favorite cards in the game. He has some of the best dribbling moves in the game. He is just all around one of the best cards. Then we got Ricky Davis. Ricky Davis honestly has an argument for being the best shooting guard in the entire game, if not is the best. 6'7", 6'10" wingspan. The guy's got crazy badges, has the Seth Curry jumper on quick, which is lightning fast. The MJ dribble style with the elite motion style has some crazy dribbling moves like the Tracy McGrady signature size, which is super cheese. He has the jelly layup package, which is just saucy. Like, he is just all around one of the best cards. I've gone against him a few times and have been absolutely cooked. Then we got Ray Allen. Ray Allen is just an all-around beast. Now, Ray Allen's jumper, I think for the first time, is now available in my career, which is actually really cool. And he's got it on quick. It's a really good one. Also has the MJ dribble style as well. And they glitched him up with some defense, which is super, super, super fun. In general, Ray Allen is nice. MJ's been in the game for a while, so I don't feel like I need to hype him up or tell you like what he does, but he's a crazy good slasher. His defense is obviously amazing, as you would expect, and they actually gave him a good enough three-point shot that if you boost it up with like a coach, a shoe, things like that, he's actually gonna be crazy. Kobe is a demon. I mean, Kobe is so fire. I love his jumper this year, especially on that quick timing. It is so fun. His Kobe dribble style is definitely good enough to kind of boost. Now, I know people aren't loving his Devin Booker signature size up, but I do think it's good enough. He's got great defense. He has Hall of Fame limitless range. He is seriously one of the best cards you could possibly use right now at this tier. And even his Amethyst is super, super good. So in general, it doesn't matter what version of Kobe you're using, pick him up because he's damn good. Then we got Klay Thompson, who I was really iffy on putting in the baby demon, but then I ran out of room, so I put him up into the demons. Klay is obviously going to be one of those 3-and-D maestros where you're obviously going to catch and shoot it really great. You're going to play some good defense, and you're just going to have fun. Now, the thing about Klay is definitely that his jumper takes a little bit to get into. The Ja Morant dribble style isn't like the craziest in the game, but it is good enough. But let's be honest, he's a guy with Hall of Fame, catch and shoot, deadeye, limitless range, challenger, and clamps. So I kind of had to throw him up in there. I really would add a quick first step to him, though. Then we got Dwayne Wade. D Wade's supposed to be playing a point guard position. You kind of know that. He is cheesy. He is fast. He gets to the basket. He dunks everybody. His playmaking is good. You know what you're getting. Clyde Drexler has one of the best jumpers in the game and is a Galaxy Opal that basically everybody wants on their team. Clyde the Glide is insane. I mean, there's really no way around it. There's really nothing else you could say. He is, at least in my opinion, him, Jimmy Butler, or Anthony Davis are like the top 3 Galaxy Opals that you can get right now from this trophy case. The other 3 are kind of just meh. So, yeah, Clyde's probably the best, actually. Then we got Allen Houston, who was actually just added in the new season of My Team as one of the, I'm pretty sure, takeover cards. They have this like iced out theme. Really like it. He's 6'6", 6'9" wingspan. We all kind of know what Allen Houston does. He's usually just a straight up 3-point shooting demon. As the Kispert jumper, which is basically Ray Allen 2.0. It's pretty solid. Don't worry about it. As a pro dribble style, not going to be like the craziest of cheesers, but the dude is literally insane all around. For a free card, if you get him, you should be excited. He is great. So that's the tier list right now. Let me know what you guys think about it down in the comment section below. Like if you did enjoy, comment below what you guys think, and subscribe if you guys are new. Hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video.